Does this speak to you? What many fear in life is having the courage, the heart, the stamina to just truly be themselves, to be true to themselves and to liberate themselves from the inside out through their creativity, their creative expression, through following their intuition and being obedient to their higher selves, following the call of the soul, and how that journey, that transition can bring up feelings of fear and doubt and questioning and so on. And coming out of all of the programming and beliefs that we've taken on throughout our whole lifetime, from childhood, from our caregivers, from education, our teachers, everything that we've absorbed in our subconscious mind, in our energy, in our way, in our model of the world, and in how we perceive ourselves to have to or how we should show up in order to be moral, in order to be an upstanding citizen, in order to do the right thing, in order to fit in order to remain safe, in order to whatever it may be. You let me know if something else is coming to you. And we can go against ourselves and not allowing the true creative expression of who we truly are authentically to just simply come out. And it's in that self acceptance and self love and perseverance with being more you that is liberation to a whole new way of being and living, which creates greater health and harmony and joy. And it is a balancing act in unity of not wanting to cause harm to others, yet knowing that if you go against yourself, you're also harming yourself, and that it does cause harm to others. So there's a duty and responsibility and discipline in truly being true to yourself as a liberation within, and being more authentic. You is actually a service to others and to everything, even though it may not always appear that way, it may not always feel that way, it may not always be validated or approved of. You give your validation to yourself, you give yourself full freedom and permission and the liberation of being you, of expressing it, of tapping into your intuition, to your inherent gifts and magic that you came here with, and allowing that expression to come out, allowing that abundance to be generated within you. Have you ever felt that something was on your mind or you were feeling something, and as soon as you wrote something down, you went for a walk, you expressed something, you moved to energy, that you instantly felt better? This feeling is ramping up. I'm getting that the more you suppress or stuff down what is coming through you for expression in your creative projects, in your way of living and being, in your choices and decisions, and so on, the more you will feel in disharmony with yourself, the more you will have internal conflict and struggle, the more that will make manifest in your reality, in experiencing hardship, and so on. In not listening to your intuition and following your higher self and being obedient to it, because it's not simply doing what you want when you want all the time. It is listening to an inner guidance and acting on that. And that may require you to move in completely new ways and take bold, new, courageous actions. It may require you to completely surrender into rest and relaxation. And that may go against who you identify as being in your personality. If you see yourself as a workaholic or constantly productive, it may feel highly threatening and dangerous to you, to your nervous system, to your body, to completely just relax, do nothing, and to trust that you're cared for and everything is coming to you, that a way is being revealed to you, that opportunities are calibrating to you through you broadcasting that you are now this relaxed nervous system, or you're surrendering to the guidance of your body, your wisdom within you, and drowning out the noise of the external so that you can go within. That's bringing me to Four of Swords energy that came out in tarot, and that is truly that energy of allowing yourself to just let me get the okay, to go within and to connect to your higher self and your higher guidance so that you can truly find your sense of direction. In other cards, we have the Fool, as in a new beginning is right here, and you may feel the Fool going forth into new territory, feeling that this is unknown, that you're at a new beginning, that something new is here, and you may feel fearful in the transition of change, or you may feel adventurous and excited. Take it as it resonates for you. And one truth on this journey is that you get to just simply be yourself. And knowing that in being you, in your being, all is well and all unfolds magically from the radiance of your being because you're the creator and all is created from you. So, this is a brand new opportunity of liberation from within you to give yourself full permission to be you, to have courage to ground in actions in your reality so that you're solidifying on the stable foundation that you have built within you and moving forward in what you're pursuing and what the dream is and the calling is within you, because you already know what your higher self is guiding you to be and do. And there's the need to follow through with it. And that may require discipline to a new way. It may require more rest. It may require more action. Take it as it resonates for you. It is a discipline to a higher energy, a higher force within you that's guiding you and directing you. And being willing to follow that is richly rewarding. It brings you new insights. It brings you magical connections and possibilities. It brings you more the truth of who you are because you're allowing it. You're allowing yourself to be more you without fear and constriction and drowning out the external voices and opinions of others. That may bring up a sense of conflict and disagreement of others not agreeing with who you're choosing to be. If this card does give a positive outcome, I'm going to the description. At the end, it says it's always worth fighting for what you want to believe in, and you can even gain extra impetus when you win through. Stick to your guns. Yeah, dragon energy, quite potent there, magical. I'm being guided and supported by dragon energy at this time to follow your principles and values and fire. You can ground in that energy and take deliberate action to secure yourself in process. Knight energy is coming out, Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, and this is moving forward steadfast and with practicalities, with considering them in terms of how they meet your needs and how they lay firmer foundations for what it is that you are building. That can be through taking actions in your community, in reaching out and connecting with people, in putting work in somehow so that you do plant more seeds, you do something intentional that is moving towards what it is that you want. And that requires you to say no to instant gratification, to truly put that work in and being joyful and playful in process about it. Allowing yourself to be connected to your intuition and elevated emotional states, knowing that creation is already done, you're simply on your way, the reward is already here. And night energy leads into what the energy of the next card is, and what was coming out after was the Knight of Cups, which is there's a Piscean energy here, and it's following spiritual guidance, it's following the calling within you, and with your cup full in wholeness, in that emotional mastery, it's following the signals and intuition within you in how you move forward. Liberation is self-acceptance, self-love within you, and freeing yourself of the burdens and the narratives and the stories of the past. If there's something or someone you feel hurt by in the past, to recognize that this is simply a mirror, a reflection for any already existing hurt or pain or disappointment or frustration within you, that all is a mirror and is you pushed out. It essentially is a reflection of a part or aspect of yourself. How can you give greater compassion and love and acceptance to that aspect of yourself to come back into wholeness? I am love and eternally loved. I am life. I am blessed. For now, love and accept yourself exactly as you are without wishing to change any aspects of you. Don't place unreasonable expectations on yourself. So if you are taking actions, to know that simply moving even 1% forward in intention to devote yourself to something, you are planting seeds. The universe is picking up your signal. You can be an embodied energy of I know who I am. I'm courageously following my authentic truth and being the expression of me into how I allow myself to be visible, to be seen and heard as I am, and how that's so important and how it activates and ignites something in others. So now going to the client I connected with this morning, who I had seen yesterday and was getting an intuitive message of there's fear here to be released, or they're having issues with something because I'm just picking up on it. And we connected and I suggested an offered a healing session, which they were really enthusiastic about receiving. And in the session, so many things came up and things were pointed out and things I was sensing and reading from the energy, which were all spot on. And I got to a point of saying how it's a creative expression that wants to come out, and the fear is denying yourself the truth of who you are and being afraid to let that expression out, when what if simply doing it allows the energy to move and you feel in greater health and vitality again, simply for acting on the truth of who you are, allowing the expression of it fearlessly, courageously, from your heart, from your intuition, from your knowing that you get to be you now. And then I offered angel cards, and the card that came out was creativity. And what was admitted was that person was feeling in a point of transition in life. Do I leave my tech job to go into something that's creative? And even my friends have been saying that to me, go into something creative now. Leave this behind. It's not you. And there was just the confirmation then. It's like he said, just meeting you gave me the confirmation of there's nothing to be afraid of. Yes, this is the answer. This is the calling. This is what I do. I have to listen to myself and follow through. So there was a gratitude and appreciation there for having felt seen. And if we don't share and put out the authentic expression of who we are, we can't know these things about one another and support one another somehow, and how we can shine as a more authentic expression of ourselves. So as that person was so grateful for me, I equally was so grateful for him, and in the connection and the co-creation of creating more authentic creativity and people being more true to themselves, which is essentially about cultivating greater well-being. Because when you are more you and you're more authentically you and you're not holding something back and you're just expressing and you're just being and you're allowing your gifts to be seen and shared and you're unapologetic about it, like, this is me, this is my gift, my talent, this is what I do, this is what I love to do, this is what I'm passionate about, and you just let that out. I've lost the second part of what I was going to say. It's just gone. Bear with me. Okay. Yes, you allow energy to flow in the way you feel healthier. You feel more vital. You're more joyful. You're harmonious within you. You're at peace with yourself because you've let down all weapons. You're no longer in conflict or resistance within you because you're allowing energy to flow. And that pays off in you're generating a state of abundance within you and feeling joyful and blissful. It magnetizes more of those experiences to you. And what came out of my mouth this morning with his wife was the more I believed in magic, the more magic I was seeing in terms of my own journey and following energy healing and my intuition, and then going into doing courses with others and attuning people and following that and knowing when you believe this to be real, you see it, and so you do, and so your intuition strengthens and your psychic senses ramp up, and it's simply undeniable. And the confirmations and synchronicities ramp up, and you can no longer deny the truth of who you are. You can no longer go back because that's not who you are, and you may look or feel like the fool to others, but none of that even matters as long as you're no longer feeling yourself. Wow. It feels profound. That is a strong message. We've got the energy over here of you are a spiritual teacher or you are being guided by a teacher at this time. Take it as it resonates. I personally believe that we're all a teacher to ourselves, and life is our greatest teacher. Anyone who crosses your path is a teacher to you. Life is teaching you, the experience is teaching you, your internal experiences are constantly teaching you. Everything is a teacher to you, and you are your own greatest teacher in your evolutionary journey. This card is quite beautiful. And it says, great teacher, learn from your spiritual experiences. Allow the flow of that intuition within you, guiding you forward in greater courage to be the truth of who you are in a spiritual sense, in visibility, in creativity, in expression of truth from your higher self. And there's a purity in that. The purity card did come out. As I said this morning, that what mattered to me was the connection, that man felt connected, and he instantly was beaming, he was joyful, he felt renewed, he felt excited. I could see it in his energy, like, I'm excited about what I'm going to do now. And he just off with a new sense of adventure, of the possibility of what you can create in your life and how you can live a life of more magic and love and joy that excites you, that is just simply through you being you. And I love connecting people to connect with people, to talk about that, to discuss it, to talk about possibilities, to see higher timelines, to activate them. It is so exciting. It raises vibrations. You just know that there's a ripple effect in the now. So we are being called to simply allow ourselves to be more present to what's here, to what comes on our path, that we can observe and from our own intuition follow our guidance and to act and to respond, and not have that be necessarily anything that you get strategic about, but you're simply allowing the emerging in the now moment. Knowing that you being you and responding as you in the now moment is creating some unfolding. It's creating more magic. It's creating more of what's in resonance with you to be drawn to you. And your planning cannot bring that about in the same way, because your authenticity is in the now. Now, this card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows that you have dedicated a lot of time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. I'd seen a video yesterday on we truly grow when we release what we no longer need and allow in what we need to grow. And there can be discomfort in that. And growth comes through the discomfort and stepping out of your comfort zone to create your next level comfort zone. And so the process repeats as you are becoming more and more you. There's a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences, such as that session and connection this morning, because it was life affirming. It was confirmations. Even the cards coming out were giving summaries of the session and what we were just talking about. It was like, mind blowing, really, and heart expansive, and it's incredibly beautiful, a privilege to do in the stunning location that I'm in. I'm so incredibly grateful in how, yes, of course, I started off this journey with being an absolute fool, or people seeing me as a fool. How does that work? How does she even do that? What's this? How do you make money from that even when you're here? If this is resonating with you, you are here to marry both the material and the spiritual. The more you let your spiritual side out, the more abundant and prosperous you are, because the more you are the truth of who you are, which allows the truth of who you are to be mirrored and magnetized to you. And that is a wealthy, healthy, prosperous, abundant version of you that is whole and has everything. Are you calling in and claiming and embodying that energy of marrying those energies of the spiritual and the material, of bringing your divine feminine intuition and wisdom into that masculine form in this reality, so that you generate your next level financial abundance and success and impacts for others in how you shine as a next level spiritual teacher, which I believe if you've connected with this video, you are here to be a spiritual guide or teacher for others as you continue your own journey. and you absolutely deserve to receive greater support and resources and all that you require to go to your next level of impact, because that matters for everyone. It's something beyond you. It's the devotion and discipline to your higher self. And let that in itself be the great reward in magic making its way right to you right here, right now. Let me know if this video has resonated, sending you lots of love. Enjoy that creative expression. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and see you in the next one. Lots of love.